numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man. Got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my...
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game.
We got this.
Lady.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 50. Check 50.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
Run left.
Give me some.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Mike 9. Mike 9.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
36 power.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson, he's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Breida. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Here we go.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Here we go. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
65. Check back the left.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Escaping the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Mike 9.
Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 43 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
11.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
13. Check back the left. Check Bravo.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check 13. Check 13. What?
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Hunt. So that one will get them halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. From the shotgun, Wilson gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And some room to run now. Give him 32 on the play.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Alert! 3 down! There.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it's going to be tipped up and picked off.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 11. Check Mike, 11. Check Mike, 11. I got one.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That'll be complete to Breida. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Maher is good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Now Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Here we go.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 28 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now it's Hunt. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Mike 17. Rush. Watch it. Hey, alert 3. 17's Mike. Go 14. Watch the slash.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pick it up. Hatch it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 38 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Man up, deep. He's checking. Crash.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Focus, defense, focus. 12. Switch. Kill.
They run again with Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
We got to seal.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. On first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Hey, gun. 58 to Mike, 58.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Well.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Slam. Watch the twist.
This is Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Niners' 16-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Listen. Get in the weight room.
Play action. It's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Check 9.
To throw again. Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. A critical error there and a a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be tackled short of the goal line. But there is a flag down. Let's see what the call is here. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
14. Right, let's go. Hey, Mike's.
They go play action now. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
36 power.
To throw is Wilson. Operating from the gun. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
I got you. Motion. Hey, check Michael Leonard. Watch the run.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down, but they are in field goal range already. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Marr able to put this one through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. This complete to Lockett. A crazy sequence here. A huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Here we go, here we go.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.